Hi, I'm Rick Dior, and that was solo number 24 from Anthony Cirone's Portraits in Rhythm. This is an extremely difficult solo, the most difficult solo so far in the book because of the technicalities and the tempo. So it might not look too difficult on the surface, but when you start working on it and trying to get it, pretty good, it becomes pretty difficult. All right, so just take a quick look at some of these before we go through it line by line. Some of these nuances. The first problem is the odd meter here in line 9, which isn't hard, but metronome wise, here's what you got to do. So it's written at quarter note equals 88. Multiply that by 2 and you get 176. Then put your metronome on the upbeat 16ths if that's available to you. A good app is TE Tuner. That has all that. I'm using a Yamaha Click Station. That has that on here as well. Because you don't want a emphasis. You just want straight 16ths to play this thing even. So that's the most difficult part, playing it perfectly even. It's a tricky tempo. Not too fast, not too slow. It's very easy to rush at this tempo. So just make sure all your phrasings are as written. You'll see them written here as I show each line. But we'll go through this now line by line, and I'll talk about the nuances. The first issue are the rolls. These opening disconnected rolls. They need to sound exactly the same. They shouldn't have a hit on the end, but they are accented. But you don't want to play them like this. Please don't do that. That's very unmusical. Just an emphasis. And sometimes I come in sideways, sort of like deflection. So I'm not hitting the drum straight on. I'm sort of sideways skidding off it. All right? So we'll play this first line for you. 4, 5. You see how that's subdivided with the metronome there. The second bar, that short roll, all right, that's right to right. And here's the second line, 4, 5. So when you play that, that's going to be physically difficult, especially that second bar. I'm doing those flams. They look like flam taps, right? But I'm doing them one-handed. Easy, slow, difficult, fast. And then the third line, not much to this, kind of like a bolero kind of thing. 4, 5. And just make sure you stay with the click. When you're practicing, obviously you're not going to use that when you're playing it live. And it needs to be perfectly even and do a nice big diminuendo at the second 2 bars of line 3. And then we're into line 4. As always, these rhythms need to be played really tight. Now these rolls, there's not a lot of space to do a lot of notes there. So what I'm doing is this. So it's just 2/16. So I call that a lazy roll, but it can sound really good if you have it under control. So here's line 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice big crescendo there. I probably should have done more there, but you want a very, very big crescendo there to fortissimo. And we'll go on to line 5, and we'll go into line 6 too here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now that's a fermata there on that last bar. Hold it a little bit longer than the allotted 3/8 time there, okay? And then stop just for a second and go back into the theme. And that's the beginning theme, just like the top, these next bars. So no need to play. Well, I will. I'll play all this for you. I'll play from line 6, 7, 8, and 9, because these kind of all go together here. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you see on those 316, 216, 316, I'm putting a slight accent at the beginning of each one of those bars. Now we're into lines 10. We'll play lines 10 to the end here because this is not difficult at all. Here's line 10. 4, 5. And don't pop the end of that roll. Okay, I did the end of line 11 with one hand. I didn't do that in my original demo. I don't know, it just happened. Okay, so you can do that, but normally I do it with two hands instead of. I'll play this for you now again, and you won't hear the click. I'll be listening to it, but you won't hear it. And try to play along with it at some point. This is a good one to play along with the YouTube recording. That's what I was hoping when I'm making this series, that everyone can play along with these. It's easier than playing along with the click, I think. So we'll see you next time with number 25.